Hey guys, how's it going? It is going to be a pretty good day in the garden. I don't have a whole lot that I want to do today, just a few very minor things. This is my slow introduction back into the garden. It's kind of been like a full week it's actually been a little bit longer than a week of not really being in the garden. So today's plan is just to kind of pull some weeds in the garden. I can see some coming up directly in front of me. So I want to weed some beds. I've got some sunflowers that I would like to pull. The blooms are done and now they're looking a little ugly, and so I would like to chop the heads off, get the flowers off of them, and then I would like to set them out to dry for the birds because the birds do enjoy them. And so I would like to do that today, and I think that's going to be it. We're going slow in the garden. I have a little bit of a migraine. I was up most of the night last night, so it's not going to be a heavy garden day, but I think that we'll start with the sunflowers because that area is starting to get into the sun. I'm out a little bit later than I would like to be. It's about 9 o'clock. My goal is to get out here at 7, so I'm 2 hours late, but we'll blame the migraine on that one. And just mellow day in the garden. I do want to cut back the lemon perfection nepeta away from the pine a little bit. Probably should have done that a little bit ago, but you know, that's life. Things don't always happen around here that should happen around here. And then other than that, I do want to remind you guys to buy your fall bulbs now. Get on it. They should have been ordered a while ago. I just placed my order for my fall bulbs. I think I'm doing 400 or 500 tulip bulbs this year. It's less than I would like to do, but they're so expensive. But still, it's time to get tulip bulbs ordered. I ordered the sauna, and I ordered a white one and a couple other ones. I also ordered some more of the alliums. These ones right here. I think I ordered whatever the biggest ones are, the Globemaster or the Ambassador alliums, whatever one was the bigger one. I ordered a bunch of those. Not a bunch. I think I ordered like 10 of them because they're so expensive. But I ordered my bulbs, so that's exciting. And then other than that, I think it's just going to be a mellow day in the garden. So let me go ahead and go grab my pruners and my gloves, and then we can get to working on getting those done. Also, I was just on the phone this morning with my friend Chiming from Coastal Homestead. You guys have seen her. I'm sitting here talking on the phone like this. A bird pooped on my phone, landed smack dab in the middle of my phone. I was like, oh. She told me that it meant it was good luck, but I don't know. It was not a solid one. It was so gross. Never in my life. Let's go take care of the sunflowers for the sweet little birds. So these here are the sunflowers that I would like to take care of today. Let me see if I can get in this bed somehow without destroying things. So you can see that the bird, that was insanely psychotic. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can feel my heart falling out of my lower cavity. That was a grasshopper. I saw the stink bug on this, and I didn't see the grasshopper on this, and I fully grabbed the grasshopper. Okay, let's start over. Okay, I still have the heebie-jeebies, so I can see that the sunflower has started to get eaten by the birds, and so what I like to do is I like to come in and I like to pull off. Look at the stink bugs. Why are there so many of them? Sickening. I'm gonna find my gloves because I can't do that. I like to pull off the outer rim of those so that way that the birds can just come here and they can eat everything. But I like to then cut the heads off and I go dry them over on our outdoor fire pit. So there's a whole bunch of heads on here. There's some very small ones. I'm gonna try to not grab a bug. And so I gotta come through and I gotta take off all of the leaves or all of the flowers that are on there. Like technically all of these are flowers, and so I come in and I pop all of these off. Those are the actual flowers right there. And so I'll come in and I'll pull all those off, cut the heads off of all of these, even these small ones, and let them dry for the birds. And then in like 3 or 4 days, these will just be totally clean. And then we can get rid of them. So hopefully no more grasshoppers, because that was not okay for me. 20 minutes later, the garden is in sun and it's already getting toasty out. It's going to be just a cool 100 degrees today. No big deal or anything, but the sunflower is gone. Kind of a bummer because I did really enjoy the height there. Sunflowers just don't last super long, but it was nice to have that little bit of height. One reason I can't wait for that pine to grow up right there. Very excited for that pine to grow up to get some like dimension and height. We'll have the blue and then we'll have the green right back there of the lemon cypress. Anyways, I cut those sunflowers down and then I just put the heads here. And this is usually what I do is I kind of just line this with them. Before we had the fire pit, I would just set them on the ground somewhere, but you can see all of the sunflower seeds in there. Technically, if I wanted to, I could save the sunflower seeds. I could eat the sunflower seeds. I don't want to. I grow them for the pretty sunflowers and then I let the birds have them. So that all just came off of 2 sunflowers. The sunflower that I was growing there is called Gold Light DMR. It's a branching sunflower, so you get lots of heads. You get a big head and then you get a ton of little heads, and I think that was the big head, and then some small heads. So you get a lot of sunflowers from it. I prefer the small heads because they're really great to use in floral arrangements. They're really pretty, but you got to get out there and harvest them when they are ready, and mine were not ready. Did you see the bird that just came up? It was looking for the sunflowers. So I'm gonna let the birds go ahead and enjoy this. And then my other plan is to, you can see I've got some weeds in here. I gotta get in here and pull these. It's been a week since I've pulled weeds because I've been gone. So like I gotta pull that. And then you can see like here is some of the Bermuda grass. That's probably about 5 to 7 days worth of growth in here. And it's coming from who knows where. Look at that. Where is this coming from? It's hard to see some of these. Is this it? No? You can't even see them. Oh geez. Bermuda grass galore. There we go. Just see, like, I gotta come in and pull weeds. And as a little gentle reminder, just a couple of months ago, all of this, even the gravel area, was Bermuda grass. So I'll be dealing with Bermuda grass coming up for a while. And you can see the lemon perfection is growing around this. I want to shear that back to get a little bit of airflow around that pine. I'm not too worried if the lower branches do end up dying off, because I do want to be able to plant under it as it grows up. But while it's young, I don't want it to completely die off. And I am afraid that it probably has some dieback already. When I left, it wasn't quite this intense into it. No, we're still good down there. But it was a little bit lower. So I would like to come in and shear that back a bit to that. Before I do that though, I actually want to show you, Brent finished the back of the fence. He faced the whole back of the fence. That's so exciting. So the whole fence is done now. We have brand new fence around our entire property. It took us a couple years because it is so expensive. I think just to do the back, we probably spent close to $1,000 on fencing to do it ourselves. So it's not a cheap project. That's why it took so long. I'm going to say inevitably, anytime I share a project or anytime I share that I have weeds in my garden, I get somebody who comments about, Robbie, why did it take you so long? Robbie, how dare you let weeds grow in your garden? And to that, my friends, I say, if you want to make sure that I finish projects faster, shoot me an email. I'll let you know how you can fund the next project that we're going to be working on. And if you would like to help me hire a full-time gardener to help pull weeds, or a full-time video editor, you are more than welcome to. I will gladly send you payment information to help fund these beautiful projects that we get to do around here. Projects are not cheap. Projects take a lot of time. Filming videos and editing videos, it takes a lot of time. To film a 30-minute YouTube video, it takes probably 4 hours of filming, and then it probably takes another 2 hours of editing. And Brent and I are very, very quick at filming and editing videos. So it takes about 6 hours to get a 25 to 30-minute long video out. So it's not a quick process. It slows everything down. And as far as weeds in my garden, if you want to complain about seeing weeds in my garden, me not getting weeds pulled, because I always get comments about that too, send me an email of your garden, and it better be absolutely perfect. I better not see one unfinished project, and I better not see one single weed, and then you can talk. Those are the only people I'm allowing to talk about it. Anyways, let me show you guys the fence because it looks really good now. So behind our shed, all we used to have was this space of the shed right here. That's all we had, was this little area that we stored everything. And then you can see the old fence used to be right there. And so we had behind the shed just a little bit, and it really was just barely enough to fit the lawnmower back here. Now we're able to get everything back here. I'm gonna let you know, these boards didn't get put up straight, and so we're undoing this section to redo them so it all gets put on straight. He's gonna do that later today. We just had to get them up for the dogs. So you can see there's a gap here, and we're gonna start following these boards. So all these are gonna get put over, so that way the fence ends over here. He's gonna fix that today. But now we have all of this space back here, and we can store our lumber, we can store pallets, we can store, I've got a pile of bricks back there, and the old fence literally came to like right here. And so this is how much space we had to store everything. We've got a giant pile of bricks. Now we can store all of everything back here. We have this gravel pile right here, which we're gonna spread out so it's nice and like full of gravel back here. So that way we don't deal with mud and everything with it coming off of the shed. I can come clean up the back of the shed now. We used to not be able to get back here to clean it up. So that feels nice. And then coming this way, the whole fence is done. He's gonna put a topper piece on. We really like having that decorative cap on. We don't like having just the like raw dog ears, and it's all going to get painted black. I need to order a new paint sprayer. I blew my last one up. We had it for like probably like 7-8 years, and then it finally died after so much use. But look at this. You can see the old fence was here. So we gained this much property space, 50 feet long. We gained, it's about 4 feet right here of space, 4 feet times a little over 50. We gained 200 square feet of property back, which is really, really nice. This is where the fence originally was supposed to be. Our neighbor over there, their fence was here. And so we lined it up with where their fence was, but every other neighbor in the alley, their fence was here. And we decided, you know what, we're going to put our fence where everyone else is. So it feels really nice to have all of this garden space. And then over here, this is the secret garden area, and it's huge. It is so massive, which is really, really nice. I honestly wasn't expecting it to be this big or feel this big. I was expecting it to be much like tighter and cozier. So this is really, really nice. I can do so much with this space. You can see it's in a lot of shade. It is currently like 9:30. Yeah, it's 9:29. So it's really going to be a really fun area to work with. I'm going to have to watch it for a couple weeks just to see the light situation. I want to see how much sun, how much shade, because it's going to be an area that I've never really gardened before. It used to be a chicken coop, which was actually, our chicken coop was right here in this section. So now I have all of this to be able to garden with. So I'm really hoping that I can do like some hydrangeas and things back here. So I've got 2 birch trees right here, and I have a third one up at the front, and I'm going to take the third one out, and I think I'm going to put the third one right here or like to the side back there. I want it so there's a trio of birch trees right here. I think that'll be really pretty. You can see my heuchera. They don't always come back the best for me, so that's kind of a bummer. The caramel one, and it looks like the toffee one, and these red color ones came back the best for me. Everything else did not come back super well, but that's okay. All of this grass here is going to come out. A lot of this is going to get a whole rework. I want to put a arch right here, and then you walk in, and this will be gravel pathway, and then it's going to transition into no gravel pathway, no metal edging, into soft, cozy, maybe a little table set back here, maybe some water back here. I don't know. The options are definitely endless of what I can do back here with how much space this is. It feels so big, and I'm really, really excited about it. And then you can see it through the greenhouse. And so what I do think that I want to do is kind of block the view to it a little bit. And so I think that what I would like to do is plant hydrangeas along the back of the greenhouse back there. I gotta watch the sun to see how much sun it gets, because hydrangeas in our area don't want a whole lot of sun. And so if I can get it so that it's got some good shade back there, I think that'll be really, really nice. And then it'll block the secret garden just a little bit, which is what I want. I still want it to kind of draw you back. I want you to still be able to like see back there. So I don't want like a 6-foot tall hydrangea. I want like just a little guy that goes up to like maybe here. So you see, but you don't exactly know. And then we'll have a pathway that goes here that kind of draws you back to behind the greenhouse. Okay, so the first place that I really want to take care of the weeds, it's been 1 week since I weeded in here. It's actually been like probably like 9 days because I've been home for a couple days. Look at all of this. These are pokeweed. They come up so incredibly fast, and they grow with such vigor. It's ridiculous. So I got to pull all of these, the berries are toxic to pets and animals and all of the things, so we don't want them growing in our garden. So I'm going to pull all of those. I do see some Bermuda grass that's coming from under the fence over there, so I'll take care of that today. And other than that, that's really it in this bed. But there is lots of pokeweed. It is everywhere, so it's all the way over there. I actually do see a couple privets, so I'll pull those also. So just a little bit of cleanup in this bed. Not a whole lot. Well, that was super easy, and I will not be picking up every single fallen flower. But at least the weeds are pulled in this area. I got this area weed free. I should probably come in with some mulch, but you know, that's not happening today. Maybe this evening. We'll see what happens. We'll see where the day takes us. My next plan is to cut back this spiral. This is the orange twist spiral. Whew, she is kind of a high maintenance topiary. Once again, you can't tell that she's a spiral. So we're going to give her a good cut back. She's nice and full, but we're going to give it a good cut back yet again. Well, she looks more spiral-ish. She does have a bald spot on the back, but we're just gonna not talk about it. It's okay. We're all a little self-conscious about something. So this one, I probably should have rotated her towards the sun a little bit more. You know, she was up against the old one, and she was like right pushed up against it, so she wasn't getting any sunlight or airflow on her back. So, you know, she just thinned out a little bit. Or she's nice and thick on this side, so now I kind of have her away from everything, so hopefully this will fill back out, because that is abrupt. There's still life in those branches. She just needs a little bit of time. It'll be okay. And now I think I'm going to go inside. I will put a link to this tool down below. It's called Work Pro. Fabulous little gadget. Perfect for in the garden if you need to trim some hedges and things like that. I'm going to go inside. It's a little bit toasty out here. A little bit warmer than I enjoy being in the garden. And I'll be back this evening to pull some more weeds, because I got to pull the weeds in the big beds. So that is kind of the last thing that I want to do today. Slow moving in the garden. That's my type of gardening. Guess who didn't come back out this evening? That evening. It was me. I'm a liar. I'm sorry. It's the next morning. It's about 7 o'clock and it's nice and chilly out. It's beautiful. I'm much happier to come out in the mornings. I'm not happier to come out in the mornings. I'm happier to come out in the mornings because it's cooler. I'm not happy because I'm not a morning person. Not in the slightest. Now I can do some things that need to happen in the garden. What those things need to be, I don't even know. Sunflowers, the birds are still pecking away at those, so that's good to see. You guys want to see my gomphrena? It's huge. One of them looks good. One of them looks like they've definitely been attacked by pest. This one looks like it's been attacked. Okay, this one looks so good. This is 3 plants right here, and it looks fabulous. Very, very happy with these 3. They are quite large. There's no like fluffing happening of them. I'll show you what I mean by fluffing in a minute, but the color still looks good. It's very airy. Next year, I know to give these guys much more space. I think I've only ever grown like 1 here, 1 there in the past. Now I will be growing much more than just 1 here and 1 there. I'm also dealing with somebody eating and pooping. It's got to be pincher bugs. I think it's pincher bug damage that's happening on my hibiscus. So that's really annoying. Ooh, it's not. I found one of the culprits. It is yet another caterpillar. So that's super cool. And like they're coming and just eating everything. Like look, do you see how much poop is in there? It's disgusting. Absolutely foul. Not okay. You have to go. Sorry. Anyways, the gomphrena from this side, it's the exact same one. It just looks fabulous. They have swallowed up my petunias. I think honestly my petunias are just tired for the season. I'm ready to pull all the petunias, if we're being completely honest, just to start getting ready for some fall planting. Gomphrena still looks good. I'll keep that. But I am very much ready to just pull petunias. They're looking tired, okay? And they had a very long season. The ones that still look pretty good are these ones right here. This is the Bermuda Beach. Those ones look great. I will be growing those again next year. I will be growing the saffron finch again next year. Let me show you the gomphrena that looks tired also. So I'm thinking about getting ready to pull this one. It still looks okay, but there's a lot of this happening in there as I grab literal clump of Bermuda grass. Oh, so annoying. Hate this stuff. It's looking tired, and there's a lot of there's a big hole here, and the big hole is because we had that vole somebody come here and was eating the roots of a grass, and I think it just also ate some of the roots of this and just totally disrupted the root system. And I think that disrupting the root system made it just be a little bit more tired. Here is more of the Bermuda grass. We're doing so good here. I will say that the gomphrena, I absolutely love it. I do want to grow it again next year. I'll put it in cages for the roots again. What is going on? I didn't even get down low on that one. Whatever. It can stay until I pull all of this. Look at this. It just shoots straight up. This is going to stay until we get a little bit cooler. I'm ready to pull the petunias. These ones are the lattes, and I'm so happy I grew them this year. They're so pretty. This was going to be my last year on them. They don't have much vigor, so they didn't do like a crazy thing, but they did a really good thing. I think that they brought like a little sense of like white to the garden, a nice pop of white, where a lot of white blooms they kind of like fade in the garden, you know, and they look really ugly. They're like brown, and so you don't want to grow them. These ones, fabulous. I've tried them 2 other times, terrible luck with them. This year, I put them in the super rich soil in our raised beds, and they've done so much better. Anywho, I think what I'm going to do for the rest of this video is I've got the yarrow here, and I'm going to cut those in half. I'm going to just give them their hard cut back. They're just looking so ugly right now, so I'm going to cut these in half, and then I'm going to pull the coreopsis. I've got it in a couple different spots, and it just has powdery mildew in both spots, and I don't like that at all. I also need to come in and cut this back. This is an artemisia right here. I think this is silver lining, and it's impeding just a little bit too much in the walkway. It was planted up against the rock, and it was doing really well, and then it's kind of just grown out a lot. So I want to trim it back. Probably I'll actually just keep just that section there, and I'll keep that. And so I'll cut off, I might keep that piece also, and that piece. I'm going to cut off all of this. So cut back, pull out, cut back, and then I have more of the coreopsis in another spot. I've got it over here, and I'm going to take those out also. Oh shoot, I need to cut this back. Okay, let's start by cutting this back because I don't want that to impede that. But I've got the coreopsis here. I don't like it here. I mean, it just, yeah. I mean, you can see that as to why I don't like that. That's why I want it gone. So let's start with this, because this is what needs to actually happen first. And then I'll pull those. Well, I went to go cut these back, and I just literally grabbed them by the hand and they came out. So I think it's safe to say somebody was eating some of the roots off of these, and that's why there was a pretty steady decline. Because of how big these plants were, the roots should have been bigger and better on these guys. One of them I grabbed, and it's still very much rooted in, so I don't think it was eating that, but I think it was definitely eating these two and maybe starting to eat some of the other one. But yeah, I don't think I'll be growing coreopsis again, just the powdery mildew. And we typically don't deal with powdery mildew here, so it was very weird that we did get powdery mildew. But I also think that, I know somebody is eating things in my bed, and so I think that that is one of the things they were eating. I just can't get over this lemon perfection nepeta. Favorite nepeta besides the Junior Walker. Junior Walker and this lemon perfection one, hands down, tied my favorites. This thing gets as much sun as possible. It gets full sun. It's hooked up to irrigation, and it's just so beautiful. Even when it's not blooming, it's stunning. I can't wait for it to die back, and then I can cut off all of this because it's just a perennial, so it'll die all the way back to the ground. And then I'm going to dig it up, and I think I'm only going to leave 3 of them here for next year because I've got 5 of them in this area, and I'm going to use 2 of them in another spot in the garden because they're just so pretty, and I would like that look of some repetition in the garden. But it's a beautiful, beautiful plant, and this one kind of, it spilled, not even kind of, it just straight up spills over the edge of this. So pretty. Let me find my pop-up bag so I can take care of all of this and not just throw it in a pile. Okay. It looks, I don't want to say better because it doesn't look better, but it doesn't look worse. I'm happy that the coreopsis are gone. Staring at the powdery mildew sucked. And then the yarrow, getting that cut back does feel better. The artemisia right here, I think I might end up pulling it. Now she's looking real scraggly. It was really beautiful when she stayed a little bit more compact. I do think I want to find something to get tucked in right there, but I think that might have just been the wrong plant. I do have it over there also, and I like it over there. It's fine there because it can spread and do its thing. It's already growing into the walkway, so I'm ready for it to be cut back for this fall time because it's a little too far into the walkway when nothing else is. This one was just insane being all the way out to here, so that it doesn't even look better. It looks terrible. I think I need to pull that. I was gonna say I'm not doing it today. We're pulling it, we're taking it out. Oh my gosh, I'm cutting it back. We are cutting this back. I can't stare at this. It's too much. And hopefully we get a nice flush before the end of the year. I mean, it'll die back to the ground anyways, but this is just, I don't like that it holds on to its leaves. If it didn't hold on to its leaves and I could clean it up, that would probably be a different story, but I can't. Like, look at, it's like come and individually pop each leaf off. I hate that. Whatever, it's cut back. Putting all of that in here, that's better. That's way better, a million times better. Okay, glad that's cut back now. That was definitely holding me back a little bit. That's taken care of. And then I came over here and tied up this dahlia. This is a really pretty one, a very sweet one. It got spider mites, so it got really far set back. It doesn't have spider mites now, but this one's called Fifi. And Fifi's really pretty, very dainty. She's a ball type dahlia. I love this look so much. Her stems are short, and I don't know if that's just because she did get set back, but still really pretty. I would like to grow this one again next year. There's a couple I want to grow next year. Not a whole lot, just because we dealt with so much spider mite damage. I mean, you saw the magnolia drama. That sucks. She's limping along. She's alive. That's all that matters. Anyways, looks good. Everything is cut back, cleaned up. Dahlia staked up. No more flopping on that. I did have to pull, I don't think I did it on camera, but I did have to pull another one of these Shasta daisies. The gophers, moles, voles. Somebody got it. I don't know who. I know that we have moles. I've seen moles in our garden, and I know moles don't eat roots, but they do disrupt the roots when they're looking for grubs. And so I know that we've had damage, like where we've literally had plants just come out of the ground and like the whole root system is there. It was just totally disrupted. So I know that they're under there doing that, but I also know that we have gophers here, and I know that they come from the orchards because the orchards are like 4 houses down from us. And so I know that they come into people's yards looking for roots and things to eat. But then everyone keeps saying that we probably have voles. I've never seen a vole in our garden, but I did look it up, and we do have them in our area, and they're like, I guess, totally around where I live. I've just never seen one. So I've seen gophers and I've seen moles. So gopher damage, mole damage, vole damage. The Shasta daisy, the roots were gone, so I'm assuming either vole or gopher. Either way, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. We're trying to get rid of them. We're trying to eradicate them. And then anything I put in the garden, especially starting next year, is going to go in a wire trash can. So that way we don't deal with that. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It took me 2 days to film it. That was kind of crazy. Anyways, so anyways, thank you so much for visiting. What is that? I'm looking at our neighbor's tree, and I see that right there, and I thought it was a bird. It's just a branch. That's a little look into my brain for you. Squirrel, ADHD, something undiagnosed. Anyways, thank you so much for visiting our garden. Thank you for hanging out with us. I'll see you all in the next one. Trash cans are here. Bye, guys.